that's going to potentially cause protests throughout the United States as the Supreme Court of the United States strikes down New York gun law restricting concealed carry in a major Second Amendment case. Very significant news. Now, it seems that this came to a decision with 6 of the Supreme Court judges against 3 that is now have struck down the New York state law that requires applicants for a license. Before you needed a license to essentially carry a gun outside of your home or have a proper cause to do so. And now the court is saying that that law violated the Second Amendment, which is very significant. Now, this ruling is a major victory for gun rights when it comes to the advocates and that challenged New York's restrictive law, as it's time that they say that you can carry your gun, conceal it without a license, and so you could be in public and have it concealed. Now, the Democrats are now saying that they've condemned this decision, warning that it will be a detriment to public safety. You tell us what you think. Join in on the conversation on Y Media, on Facebook and YouTube. Essentially, the Supreme Court, this happened on Thursday, yesterday, that the New York state law that requires applicants to have a license to carry a gun outside of their home or have proper cause is, they said that it violates the Second Amendment in the United States Constitution. The 6-3 ruling in the major case is a victory for gun right advocates, and essentially, whereas prior it would be a crime to carry a concealed firearm without a license. Now, this has been the case, this has been law in New York since 1911. So this is, we're talking about, over 100 years. This law has been placed, but essentially now it's been overturned. This comes at a time where, we've seen mass shootings that have occurred in Texas as well as New York, Buffalo, where 10 people were killed, and in that Uvalde elementary school, you had children who were killed and teachers. So this is very significant as United States President Joe Biden has tried to put gun reform. This is, I guess, goes against it. Now, when it comes to the dissenting argument that was put forward by the judge, well, they said that it, violates your Second Amendment rights and people should have the right to carry. He wrote that that the New York law violated the constitutional 14th Amendment, where it says citizens have the right to equal protection under the law because it prevents law-abiding citizens with ordinary self-defense needs for exercising their rights to keep and bear arms, and that is authorized by the Second Amendment. Very massive. This is a huge deal. Now, President Joe Biden said that he was deeply disappointed in the ruling, which he argued contradicted both the common sense and the Constitution and should be deeply, he says it deeply troubles us all. And he said he cited the horrific attacks that happened in Buffalo and Uvalde, and Biden essentially urged the states to pass common sense gun regulation to make their citizens and communities safer for gun violence. And this comes after Senate has taken a critical vote to advance the bipartisan gun bill towards the passage, and this was again yesterday. Essentially, this critical vote is to advance a major bipartisan gun safety bill towards ensuring that the vote, which is a success with Republican support, is putting the legislation on a path to be passed in Senate, and this should be in place by as soon as early next week. This is to make sure that there's certain measures in place when it comes to getting a license for firearms, such as a mental health background check and many other things in response to what we've seen with the mass shootings that have occurred in the United States.